Top of the morning, top of the morning. Wagwan. Nick is definitely in the building. Shout out to Nick. My good brother Nick is definitely in the building. True Fat God is definitely in the building. What's popping with y'all? Top of the morning, top of the morning. Glad to see y'all in the building. 10 o'clock. I appreciate that, man. What's good? What's good? Wait for some more people to fall in. I see you peek and start speaking. Yes, sir. Nick, how you feeling today, man? True Fat God, how y'all feeling today? Johnny, my good brother Johnny is definitely in the building. What's up, AJ? How you feeling, my guy? Oh, you're on the East Coast. My bad. Top of the afternoon. You know, sometimes I'll be feeling I'm talking to people like in different places. So, top of the afternoon of all my people on the East. Top of the whatever, wherever you are, top of the whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Michelle J is definitely in the building. You did play hooky yesterday, Michelle. I didn't see you in the building. What's good with it? Breezy is definitely in the building. Top of the morning to you. Michelle, we had a good one yesterday too. I think you would have appreciated it. We had a good one, man. We was in here just chopping it up. It got real. It got really real. I think you would have really appreciated it yesterday, for real. But you know, it's up there. You can watch it whenever you get time. But yeah, it was dope, man. The environment was dope. Great conversations. Brothers was transparent, honest. I think we were lifting each other. It was very encouraging. It was really, really dope. No, you good. You good. Are you feeling under the weather? Are you good today? How you feeling today? You better? Hope you're feeling better today. Hope for a speedy recovery. You good on time for you? Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see. Hope everybody feeling good today, man. You know, it's I'm 50-50 today. You know, I'm not bad. I'm good more so than bad. I think I'm 60-40. I'll say that. I'm 60-40 today. I'm 60% good. 40%, I'm not gonna say bad because I'm not bad, but I'm 40% not as good as the other side. You know what I mean? So good, Michelle. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Can't wait to get you on live too, man. We got chopped up to do. I'm gonna make sure when we do, I have some dope questions to ask. I really want to have some great conversation. You know, it'd be cool too. I think if Tafasha always down to get on. Tafasha get on live. Michelle, I'd be dope to have you. I mean, I'm not depending on what Breezy got going on. I don't want to interrupt her job or work or whatever, but it'll be dope to have maybe 4 or 5 of us up, and I'll have questions and we just have a great conversation about different things like life stuff, career, the arts, music. I think that'd be real dope. Now maybe I do that once a week to where we hold like a panel amongst community. I mean, I could bring in, guests too, whatever, something, but I would rather talk to you guys instead of bringing people in that's not really a part of the community. It's cool to have people come in and for namesake and all that, but I'd rather pull a lot of you guys in and have that conversation. I think that'd be dope, once a week to have community panel where we talk about whatever. We may take one topic and break it down and just go into it. And that'll be a real dope discussion, or just random questions and kind of chop it up. But I think that'll be a really great way to build community. We'll start, I like to make people a part of this. I don't want to just be on my side of the screen. I just talk, and then people listen through the chat. I like to make people a part of it, and I think that's a great way to build community, a great way to make a stronger community, and for people to actually feel truly a part of the community, right? You guys can follow anybody, subscribe anybody, and everybody says, their community, they care, but people don't really do them extra steps to show that they appreciate when people show up for them when they log on, right? But I think if we start having those kind of conversations where we start making people a part of the conversation, then I think that's hell. You can't help but to feel like you're a part of the community because you're getting involved, you're talking your stuff, you're breaking it down. I think that'd be dope. The Sizzle Show. Shout out to you, man. Hey, I'm definitely trying to stay consistent. I'm having fun though too. I think that's the good part. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. You try to do something, dedicate yourself to something once a day. But when you think about that, you break that down. The things you like and love, you don't really think about it that kind of way, right? It's like, for example, or your necessities. Like, for example, if you know you got to go to work every day, you go to work every day, whether you like it or not. You show up, you go to work every day, boom. Or you gotta go hang. You gotta do something with your kids when they get home from school. You go play with your kids, spend your time with the kids, whatever. These are things you have to do or you love to do because you're consistent. I'm learning to love this process. I love content creating anyway, and I think to show up as my real authentic self and do me on camera where I'm not acting. I have a facade of a character I show in front of y'all. I can just do me on camera and people accept the real me and how I show up, whether it's like, whether people deem me whatever, a character, a role I'm playing, a rapper, a photographer, whatever. I think I'm appreciative that people show up and want to hear anything I have to say. So I'm having fun, which I get excited now when I know it's getting close to 10 o'clock. Because no matter what I'm talking about, I know that with this community, especially with you guys, it's always cool that I can lean on y'all for great conversation. And that's super dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, you feel me, like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like a show and tell segment. Like once a week, I think that'd be dope. We can't put people up here and just hash it out. When I say hash it out, I don't mean like there's beef going on. We ain't never doing that. I mean like just talk it out. Dope conversation. We have a topic, and then we all break the topic down. Everybody go in order or however, you know what I mean? And then we just like, yo, what y'all think about this? And then we start having these discussions. I think that'll be. I think. I mean, I haven't done it before, but I think that'll be a way better way where it's to feel like community. You know what I mean? You feel like you're a part of a greater discussion. And when we leave, I think when we leave those discussions, we'll leave better than when we showed up. You know what I mean? I think that's the greater good in it all. Hey, Shaq, the ultimate compliment. I appreciate that. The ultimate compliment. I appreciate that. Because no matter what I've done, no matter what I'm doing in my life, if I'm not that, then I didn't do anything. So that's the ultimate compliment. I appreciate you for saying that. Real talk. Real talk. Lord Racer is definitely in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, it's crazy right now too. I know we're not gonna deal with this too much again because we covered it a lot yesterday. But I was still thinking about. I'm looking at the climate in the world today, and this is not a political stream. The overall the overall conversations in homeroom, by the large scale, it's not going to be politics. We're just in something right now. Something's going on, and it's hard not to talk about it when it's all of our timelines and our daily discussions. All these things. I think I want to say to everybody listening, be careful. That's one. Um, be careful. Stay prayed up, and I'll say, and I mean this respectfully and not in a fear-based way. I'll say, watch your tone talking over social media, especially when it comes to politics. And this is not scared talk here. I'm not saying dumb down, suppress your real feelings. Don't speak. Don't speak. I know you speak truth to power, right? But don't. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying that this country is in a very weird state right now. They're making how I say this. They make it. They're choosing to make anybody they feel the need to martyrs, and they're using this Charlie Kirk situation to fire up, in my belief, a bigger, maybe undertone plan, right? And they're using it in a way where they're going to put the blame on speaking for black people. Excuse me. They're using it to put the blame on black people and the left. So I'm not. I don't put black people and Democrats in the same tone. I'm saying they put it on black people and Democrats. So if you're both, okay, cool, right? Um, I don't know if you heard, but I think 8 HBCUs were threatened to violence just yesterday, which is kind of crazy because I don't know what HBCUs have to do with what happened with Charlie Kirk, right? But then again, I don't spend my time too much time on that um, situation because you understand that the people we're dealing with don't need a reason, right? They just got to make it up, and they need enough people to believe it, and they have a big enough following for people to follow it and believe it and start some BS, right? So in our everyday walks, I'm not saying walk in fear. We are children of God. I'm not never saying walk in fear, but just be careful. Anyway, it goes, right? We're all sons, daughters, parents, fathers, uncles to people. We're teachers to somebody, right? We're good friends to people. So just be careful and your moves. It's crazy. I'm praying for you all. Please continue praying for me. And yeah, just be mindful that the world doesn't need a reason, and they're looking for any reason to take anybody out and point the finger at who they need to point the finger, which look like blacks and Democrats, right? Which is that's crazy. I don't even HBCUs got threatened. I don't even understand the logic in that. I don't even get it. You know, I'm like, what is going on? Like, what? It's like it's like you ever okay. To my black brothers and sisters, right? I'm talking to y'all real quick. First of all, I'm talking to everybody in the chat, but I'm talking directly to my black brothers and sisters in the chat right now, just to kind of trip on this. Yo, it's like we be at the house chilling, right? Mind our business, watching TV, doing what we're doing, designing, content creating, working, whatever we're doing. We in the world just chilling one day. And then like you wake up to news or these threats or the government like, yo, black people did it. Or black people are to blame. You like, yo, I was at the house. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. How am I getting blamed for this? And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's illogical. It's ridiculous. That's even before they found it, because I hear they found the shooter. His name is all over the internet right now. Even before they found the shooter, nobody's thinking black person did this. Nobody's thinking that. Now you can argue and debate if you feel it was Democrat. That's debatable. You can debate that. We know now, but I'm saying you can debate that. But what you could not debate or think for 1 second that this was a black person that did this. I don't even understand how the HB you know how many people in this situation for that to happen, which is horrible. For somebody get murdered on, I would say live TV, but technically nowadays every phone is live TV, right? So to get murdered on live TV is horrible. Your kids, your family, your friends, all the people get to see it and got to remember that, and it can never leave their minds. It's horrible. I don't want to see it. I'm sure nobody wants to see this, but the murderer. That happens is already a horrible thing. And then we start trying to figure out who did what. What you're not thinking is an assassination. What people are calling assassination, which you find out is not an assassination. It's a murder, but somebody didn't like him and called him a fascist or racist. So somebody got killed in Utah. In Utah, let's start there, right? In Utah, broad daylight, like a sniper. It's not our thing. At what we would consider college heavily occupied MAGA situation. And then they got away for a second. Yeah, nah, that's not. One thing I didn't think for 1 second that was us. And then, you know how many people you got to pass up to call an HBCU to say, yo, we burning that bitch down. We gonna tear it. We gonna shoot the. You know how many people you gotta call? You know how many people you gotta pass up to call an HBCU? You know how many people? How many people? How many organizations? How many? You know what I mean? You know how many people you gotta not call to get to the HBCU line? You got about 30 people you didn't call before you got to HBCU. Was like, well, I think they did it, or they got something to do with it, or they whatever. I don't know. Whatever you thought. That's the crazy. Son of a sheriff officer, a Republican, whole family Republican, police in their family, military in their families. They all were taught to shoot at the age of, I think they were babies when they all were taught guns and weapons. Like this, none of this sounds like the left or black people. And we find out, now we see the kid, and then we see all the stuff, his family background, all the stuff like that. We see there ain't a Democrat or a black person in sight that got nothing to do with this. And we know now, I don't even get it. But forget all that. We blame y'all. That's crazy. That's wild. Shout out to G and definitely in the building. 2 cents is definitely in the building. Bricks Liddy, definitely in the building. I appreciate y'all pulling up on me today. They will never pass up an opportunity. Never. Never. If we can blame it on black and brown, we gonna, you know what? We ain't gonna find them. We gonna make something up. We gonna make something up. You know how crazy it is for in this situation, you still found a way. There was no trail to nobody black or brown, and you still found a way. 8 HBCUs. Think about this. This ain't one person calling. So even if it's 8 different people to call 8 HBCUs, that's insane. To say what? We gonna do what to y'all for what? We ain't do nothing. We chilling. Let me tell you. Let me give you some real. Let me give you some 100%. And I'm willing to say this is a fact because it's truly my opinion. But I'm willing to go on record and say this is a fact. Most black people have no idea who Charlie Kirk was. That's a fact. I'll go on the record and say that is a fact. Most black people had no idea who Charlie Kirk was, let alone got something to do with that. What? You feel me? Yeah, most people didn't. Most of our people had no clue. Now I watch all that kind of stuff, debates and anything Christianity, debate, politics, back and forth and stuff like that. I watch all that, so I know who. And I'm not trying to put all these people in the same thing, but I watch it. I'm not fans of a lot of these people. I watch debates with Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro. I mean, we know Candace Owens because she is black, talking like that. Because on the real, most black people wouldn't know Candace Owens if she was white. She only finds herself on our timeline because when we look at her, she looked like us. But then when we hear her, we change the channel. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's just a fact. We wouldn't know her either. And most black people don't know Ben Shapiro. Like, so, how did... Yo. That's a fact. Both of them. And we would not know Candace Owens if she wasn't black. And I'm speaking on black people. We just would not know. Yeah, but Shaq, it's no biggie. Not nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of us do. I want to hear the talking points. I need to know what people are saying. So I will listen to somebody for sure. I'm not a fan of 90% of the things that come out of her mouth. Now, Candace been trying to teeter a little bit in the last couple of years, sounding like she kind of sounded like she be on our side with stuff. But 90% of the stuff she says is out of pocket. And I'm not rolling. You know what I mean? Not 90%. She's out of pocket. Right? But if she was a white woman, most of our people wouldn't know her either. And I'm not saying because we don't care, but then again, we don't be caring. And I don't mean from a political standpoint. I mean that we don't pay attention to people who hella ignorant and don't care about our own people. Like, I'm not going into the Charlie Kirk thing. I just think it's interesting on where we are. So I'll stop there. We're not going into personals. I think it's interesting that we are that HBCUs had to some HBCUs, 8 of them had to shut down yesterday in threat of violence because of what happened also yesterday that we had nothing to do with. I don't even get it. It's insane. Are y'all feeling like so? Because I feel like they're using it for something bigger, whether it's like to start some kind of like war. Excuse my language. Or just something that maybe to pass a law that they try to put in place, or maybe they're trying to do some secret backdoor, like like we talked about yesterday, like martial law kind of thing. Like they're trying to incite something. It's always they'll use these things in life to pass stuff, under our noses. Like, which the crazy part is, the American government don't give a damn, and they doing what they want to do anyway. So I never understood why do they need to hide? They need an event or a mass something to happen for them to try to slide laws under the door, right? When they do stuff out in the open anyway, like Americans ain't docile, they ain't gonna do shit anyway. It takes and I said this yesterday, it's gonna take people, not black people, not white people, not Hispanics, not Asian. It's gonna take people, humans who live in America that are civilians, to all be ready in one accord to trip for something to really truly change and happen on a large scale. But do you see that happening? Everybody on one accord, all the people. But it has to get to that point for something to really truly happen on a grand scale. Because it's not like back in the days with civil rights movement and laws were passed because niggas didn't want to take the bus and all that, whatever. They're still trying to appease to get votes and certain kind of people pass through the system, right? But nowadays, with how Trump has been like showing, kind of being like the what's the word I'm looking for? Not the template, but maybe like the template for like yo, you see what they let me get away with. Like, you think it's gonna get better after Trump? You know what I mean? Like, people have seen what you can get away with as a president. People have tasted of power. They've seen it. They've seen what you can get away with. Think about whoever the next president is. He's looking like, yo, Trump could have got away with that if he didn't do that, or if he wasn't that stupid over there. But I can get that done. Why wouldn't you? This nigga got people, excuse my language, but this dude got people thinking, like, not even thinking. He got a real conversations of maybe trying to get president for a third term, which is unconstitutional. And they're actually having conversations on the low about changing that. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You know what I mean? It's crazy. 100%. That's why he looks up to Putin and Kim Jong and stuff like that. Why do you think he look up to them? He low key, he like, man, if he, here's what Trump thinking. If I was like Putin or Kim Jong Un, whatever his name is, if I was like them with the American military, I would be unstoppable. And the crazy part is, you got to think like, damn, he low key would be. Who wants that? If Trump try to get off what Putin getting off, and Kim Jong Un getting off, with the American military behind him, family. Look, let me tell you what y'all don't want. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And let me be clear. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. So don't confuse me with neither of the two. Don't confuse me with neither of the two. I just don't. I don't like racism. I don't like sexism. I don't like none of the isms. You know what I mean? I wish that people can just inherently be good people. I wish the government could just inherently be a good, fair, care about their citizens government. And I know I'm a little crazy for that, but I do. I wish that there was just good people around. I wish evil had no place here, whether American government or wherever. I just wish that was a thing. That's a fantasy of mine. I wish people were just good. I wish women didn't have to worry about wearing a little skirt because some nigga want to be a pervert. He feel like he should have it. I feel like if a little kid find themselves outside from walking out the house or whatever case may be, I wish that kid could be outside all night and nobody touch him. Nobody touch him, her. I feel like they held him, call the police until they find their home again. I feel like we should live in a world where that can happen. I feel like I should be able to go to the store in any neighborhood in Los Angeles at night and not get banged on or shot at. I feel like all these things should be a thing, right? I feel like that. I feel like when I walk into a store in a neighborhood that doesn't have majority of my people, I should not be looked at as crazy, and I should not be assumed to not have money, and I should not be assumed to maybe thinking about robbing the place. I would love to be in an elevator and a woman don't clutch her purse, which still happens in 2025. I would love for these things to be real things for me in my life, in our lives. I would love for us to be good. I would love for laws to not reflect the damage and healthcare of people. I would love for that to be a thing. I would love it if God forbid some women were raped and they were not forced. They were not forced to keep their baby. And yet, to be honest with you, I'm a Christian man who feel like that. I feel like you should not have to be forced to keep a baby after said tragedy. I feel like it's completely up to the woman. There should be laws in place to enforce what happens there with you and with her or you or whoever you are with your body. These are things I think. And in America, I may be an idiot for thinking that. I'm not naive. I just think it. I wish that was a thing. You mean I know? Is it going to happen? Is all these things going to happen collectively together in this world? Probably not. But I wish them to be. I wish that was a thing. I pray for these type of things. I pray for we can live in a world where that happens here, right? I'm talking about here, where we in this realm. I feel like that. I wish that was a thing. Yeah. Yeah, man. And you got to, it's tough that when we're living in these times that we have to hold space for things that shouldn't be. I should not have to hold space on my podcast. Now I can talk about anything. We could have deflected all this stuff. We could have just joked and have fun and laughed, and we can get into that too, right? But when these things be on the heart and in my mind, I'm like, how do I not talk about it? How do I not express my concern for a human race here in America? How do I not talk about that at all? Like, how do I not? Like I said, this ain't a political podcast at all. I just care about humans, and I care about what happens to us and how we're living. And I want us to. I want to be. It's crazy, man. It's funny. I had a conversation with my wife yesterday. We were going to the store, and for those who live on the West Coast in LA, we have grocery stores called Ralph's, right? It's like down south you would have like Publix or whatever the case may be, right? So here we got Ralph's here, and we were gonna stop by the Ralph's by the house, and I was like, nah, I don't want to stop by that Ralph's. Too ghetto in there, and it is. For those who know the area, I live closest to the Ralph's on Obama and La Brea. That's why I live closer to that Ralph's right there, Obama and La Brea. And I was like, nope, not going to that one because too ghetto in there. It is. That's my opinion. It's not even my opinion. That's a fact. It is. You know what I mean? So now I got to go all the way to the Ralph's on Jefferson and Overland. That's another close one to me because it's much nicer in there. The produce is better in there. The fruit looks better in there. It looks cleaner in there. They have all the items. If I look for anything from grapefruits to seasoning salt, they got grapefruits over there, seasoning salt over there. They're not missing stuff. They don't have, we don't have nothing in the back, or we sold out of that. How? This is the only Ralphs that don't have it. Right? You know what I mean? Like, so when I go to the different Ralphs, it's like you feel like it's like it reflects the neighborhood it sits in. I wish that wasn't a thing. I wish food deserts didn't exist. Right? Why by where my mom lives, why is there no presentable, respectable grocery store? Why? Why is the closest grocery store a Food for Less? Which, if you know LA, you know Food for Less. Come on, you already know. Or Superior, right down the street from my mom's house. If you know LA and you know Superior, nah, it's not it. I wish these weren't a thing. I wish I was lying about what I'm saying. I almost wish I was putting extras on it. But for those who know LA, I'm not putting extras on it. It's a real thing. This is a fact. Kevin Finley is definitely in the building. What's good, my good brother? Hope all is well. hey, that's a that's a flip. Hey, real quick. All right. So, first of all, it's a quick story. It's not even really a story. I remember years back when I was for about 4 or 5 months. For those who know the producer Terrence Martin, we was working on some music, so I was staying with him. He had a house out in Porter Ranch. We was doing music every day, so I was staying there for about 4 or 5 months. And I remember the first time we went to the grocery store. We went to an Albertsons out in Porter Ranch. We walked in that store. I look like it's funny now, but I look like the nigga who ain't been nowhere in there, right? And I've been everywhere, right? But when I walked in that store, I look like the nigga that ain't been nowhere. I'm walking around like, oh wow, like it smells different in here. Like everything smells fresh. Everything like the people, customers. I mean, the workers walking up like, hey, you guys need anything? Okay, let me know if you need some help. Cool, whatever. They asking other people they need help, and people are standing around just to ask for help. You need help with something? Oh, cool. No, well, let me know if you find everything great. And Stuff that should be regular customer service was was a luxury to me. You know what I mean? And I'm in there like, yo, we gotta come back. My nigga like nigga, this is Albertsons. What you mean we gotta come back? This ain't like an amusement park. This is Albertsons. What you mean we gotta come back? Right? So I'm in there tripping because I'm like, it don't look like this nowhere where I'm from. Because at the time I was living in Watts. And there ain't no grocery over there look like this. None. It make you want to buy stuff. All the stuff look good. Everything's color. The fruits and vegetables color coordinated, all together in the same spot. Nobody put the broccoli over there with the asparagus because they didn't feel like walking back over there to the other side and putting the broccoli back. You know what I mean? Like, it's, yo, it's crazy. You feel me, Nick? Yeah, that's see, food for less. What you gonna go through something? Yeah, man. I was like, I wish that I wish all the regular life human decencies or just decent things were applicable to all of us. I'm sorry, available to all of us. I wish we all just enjoyed all these things and we were just good to each other. I wish that was the thing. And back to the original thing, I wish you could say your views on something, speak your views on anything, and not get shot in the neck for it. And I'm sympathizing with humans, period. I'm not talking about social status. I'm not talking about race. I'm not talking about whatever, or gender or whatever. I'm talking about straight up humans. I wish we weren't. I also wish that when we did express our opinions, that we weren't mean and rude about it or crass about it. And I wish racism wasn't a thing. I wish that never entered into a said person's conversation. I wish we didn't spew hate. If there was a difference in opinion, I only wish it was to be said for to teach or learn. King 88 definitely is in the building. Appreciate you, man. Visionary Star, you're 1000% correct. So, really, I know I'm just talking, right? You're 1000% correct. It's going to be what it's going to be. And that's the sad truth. Well, up until, well, we're not going to go to church on y'all, so we'll leave that alone. But it ain't always going to be what it's going to be, right? But to Visionary Star's point, 100% correct. While the devil's down here wreaking havoc, it's gonna be a thing. And I hate it because we should all be able to live a cool life. I have it and I feel I think about this stuff every day. I remember I told my wife, so I'm a father to a 21-year-old. Well, he'll be 21 September 26th. My son Corian. When I met my wife, Corian was 5 years old. Corian has his birth father is around. He's married and he's around, but he wasn't a deadbeat dad or nothing like that. His dad was around here. He just got they separated, so he got his own family and wife and everything. So when I met Corian, he was 5. And I've been with my wife ever since. So I'm a bonus dad, a proud bonus dad. Um, Me and my wife had conversations about children, but as I got later on in my life, like when I got into like late 30s, I was deciding against having a kid, like birthing a kid. Not that my body would birth a kid. You understand what I'm saying? I was because I didn't like where the world globally was going, not just America. I was just like, yo, I don't want to raise no kid here or in this climate of what's going on globally, especially as a black man. That scared me, you know. And we had the conversation, we had a bunch of conversations about that back and forth. And then when I started crossing into my 40s, it started being tougher on me about that. Then I ended up giving my life to Christ, and I started to rethink again, right? But as I got to rethinking again, I started going back into like, not in this world, I don't. Not with all these new things, laws, people, hate, it's all kind of stuff going on. I didn't want to. I don't, and I love for people who have kids and people who bring kids to the world, whatever. God bless you, and I love that for you for sure, right? I just me and who I am. I knew that. Nah, I'm not doing that. I didn't want to do that, and now my wife having a son that put her at ease a bit, but even I know that she wanted that, a child, with me directly. Um, so it's tough. That was always a tough conversation because I couldn't lie to myself about what I actually wanted, you know. And when I think about, 'cause right now, my son is a young adult. He's not a knucklehead. He got a good job. He's always not. I mean, stood away. He never been around gang bang, and he's not ignorant to none of it. I'm saying that it ain't his thing to be hanging out with knuckleheads and being in the hood and going to the parties. He's just a straight up good, cool, like dope kid. I love to death. He's just super dope as a kid, and I still worry about him, not like he was in the streets, but just I still worry about him just being a young black man out here with a car and driving around and the police are around. You know what I mean? Or other people who don't value themselves, so they look at you and don't value you either. Other people who look like you. So I worry about, and I pray for him. He's covered for sure. I pray for him daily. But also it's tough. It's tough when you think about kids. And when I made that decision to not have kids, I had to sit with that. And though I think about it from time to time, I'm still 80-20. I'm still 90-10 on like not. So it's not like I'm swaying like, man, it's getting closer to 50-50. No. Every day, the news, the climate, conversations, life, every time I look outside, every time I hear something always remind me of, that's why you didn't have kids. That's why you chose not to do that. Something always remind me of that. And like I said, I don't put that on nobody else. It's strictly 100% me. And when I say me, I don't mean selfish me, but I could not, for the sake of me, lie to myself, even to my wife about that. And my wife told me she doesn't want to have children with a man who doesn't want to have a kid. So it wasn't like she put the pressure on me just to have it anyway, because forget what I want. She like, no, it has to be mutual. And she like, yo, though I would have loved to do that. She understands where I am with it, and like, yeah, nah, because I be thinking too much about this world and him. I'll be staying out the way. I'm grown out the way so far from a gang banging anything, and I just still be like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going over there. I'm not hanging out over there. I'm not going to what event? I'm not doing that. Like I'm so like protective of like where and mind you, when death comes to knocking, it is what it is, right? If God allows it, you go. So, but I won't ever like put myself in a situation. You look, put it like this: you won't ever hear about, God forbid, you won't ever hear about something happening to me, and then you have to ask yourself, why was that nigga over there, or why was he with that person? You don't have to ask them kind of questions. You know what I mean? I live my life to make sure that, why was he why was he at the park with them? Wait, he was at the liquor store. What doing what? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, yeah, nah. Visionary star. You mean fear sound like fear for me? You sound I sound like I'm in fear. I'm in fear. You said I sound like that, or it smell like fear with me? 1,000%. 1,000%. You saying I sound like I'm in fear. Hey man, that's the good thing about how that's the good thing about perspectives, right? You have a perspective, I have a perspective, right? I view things differently, right? The one thing I fear is fear God and God alone. So, you know, I make choices because I think about these choices. So I don't fear. You talk about fear, like I fear dying. I'm gonna die one day. That's gonna happen. But I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to where I'm gonna chase it. Right? It's like I can tell myself, because I miss the homies sometimes. So I'm gonna go kick it on my mama block and go hang out with them sometime because I miss the homies. And if I tell myself, that's stupid. Why would you go hang out on the block with the homies? You gonna tell me I'm in fear because I'm not? I don't want to do that because my likelihood for something happening to me, the percentages raise up because I did that. No, that's stupid. That's not fear. That's me being stupid. So no matter how you view it, what I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, but what did I got? But what? Let me press it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But what does that got to do when I made a choice to not have a kid? Now, if I was talking to stuff and I had a kid, yeah, we can have that conversation, right? But I'm choosing not to have one because I don't want one. I don't want a kid. I have a son. He's 21. That's my son. So if I don't want to bring a kid in this world because I don't like this world that we're in, it's ugly and wicked. I don't want to bring a kid in this world. You can view it as fear. I view it as my choice. And I respect your opinion, obviously, for sure. You be here, I respect your opinion. But that ain't how I'm looking at it. And it's fine if you're looking at it that kind of way. Because you can't control, first of all, humans can't control anything. I can't control what happens in my own life. I can die right here on camera. I can have no control over that. Right? So let alone if I had a son or, I got nephews, I got brothers, I got a sister, I got family out here. Right? So people gonna live the life they live and choose the life they live for sure. But if I got a choice, because we got choices as adults, right? If I got a choice to bring someone in this world, if I want to or not, I don't want to. That's what it is. 100%. Oh, now you sound crazy as hell. I posted this so everybody can see this. So that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. I don't even think you thought about that. Yeah, nah. So yeah, and I'm not worried about how that's viewed. That's people can view it how they want. I made my choice. And people got to make choices. You got to make choices that you can live with, whether the choices are tough or not. You know what I mean? You got to make choices you can live with, whether the choice is tough or not. Me, I decided not to bring a child in this world because I didn't want to bring a child in this world dealing with wickedness. I just didn't. I don't want no child of mine dealing with wickedness. I have a son already. I have a son, and I love that I have a son. If I didn't have a kid at all, then another conversation. So another conversation. Because the world's gonna be the world, and I would have gave my wife a kid, and it would just been that. But she has a child, and I decided I didn't want a kid, so we boom, it worked out. There it is right there. My good brother Kev. Hey, Nick. 100%. Hey, that's a fact. And it's funny because, in an interview it's whoop de doo, but on the phone, it wasn't that at all. Hey, you feel me? When he was when them lead calls came through, it wasn't whoop de doo at all. Niggas just be talking. Keep JT lit was goody. Yeah, Young Thug went out bad, man. It's crazy because we watched in a year, we watched Drake whole life change as far as star power, right? I'm not saying he's not cracking. I'm not saying he's not still Drake, but it's definitely different. He definitely took a major hit, and he lost some luster for sure, right? In a matter of a year, done. And I don't mean done like career over. I just mean like, nigga, you ain't shining like you was, and people are laughing at you now. And people, every time they reference you, somebody reference Kendrick. Terrible place to be in to take an L like that. But it happened. What you gonna do? Young Thug, same thing. He went to jail as a respected. I don't know if you call him a rapper. I personally wouldn't, but I don't know if y'all call him a rapper. That's cool. I really wasn't a fan of the artist that was of Young Thug. I didn't know him as a person, but I heard he was really into the streets and really about his business and really one of them ones who be on BS. I heard that to be a thing, and so you go to jail or you get charged up in all this respect, and people looking at you a certain kind of way, and you know what I mean, you one of the ones, and then you get out. We're gonna get out first. People looked at him as a snitch, and then he put out what people say is a great album, great music, and put out a great concert. I don't know because I don't listen to Gunna, but they say he made great music and did a great concert. So he up, right? And he's so up, people stopped arguing if he was a snitch and got off of it, right? And then you come out, and then all these leaked phone calls start coming out, and people start looking at you crazy and a snitch and a hater. In a matter of like 4 or 5 days of like leaked phone calls. And now you got to put out a song where you just apologize to a bunch of people because you sound crazy over the phone, which I understand. Let me be straight on that. Let me be clear on that, right? And some of y'all know in here, if you ever talk to niggas in jail, which some of us have for years, different people, for hours at a time, depending on who you're talking to. If you ever talk to niggas in jail, they are very long-winded, which is no disrespect to them. They in jail. You got to, because you appreciate whoever you're talking to, and they talk about everything. They want to know about everything. They want to talk about everything. So if you got if you got a person in jail, and that person is only allowed to talk to his lady because he didn't want to talk to family for reasons of like somebody saying something crazy, he talking to his girl. You and your girl gonna talk about everything. Now I'm not talking about telling because. As far as the snitching allegations, he wasn't talking to his girl. But when you're on the phone with your girl, you're gonna talk about all the stuff. You know what I mean? All the things. Like, when it comes to like, the homies and oh man, that nigga be he a bitch ass nigga on the real life, you're gonna talk about all the things, right? Because you ain't got nothing but time. And everything is hyper interesting. Right? So you want to talk about everything. Everything that went down in the hood, what's going on in the rap game. Look, your friends have become the music industry. So other than like, you can't talk about street stuff on the phone with your girl. So now you're talking about industry stuff because all your friends are rappers and singers and whoever, and producers and stuff. So now you talk about all these niggas. And it seemed like if they coming out back to back to back like that, it seemed like every day you talking about somebody new, which is not really happening. That man was locked up for what, 2 years? On a 23-1. And you got about 5 or 6 conversations that leaked. So you do the math. It seemed like he spent most of his time talking about his friends. But that's not really realistic, right? And even though he talked about a lot of his friends in the conversations, I understand it. I'm not saying I agree. I'm saying, like, have you? It's funny because the people who are making these, whether somebody making a video or somebody having conversations about, excuse me, a lot of so-called street niggas, a lot of so-called street rappers, they act like they don't know. But I'm like, are y'all not talking to homies in jail? Are y'all not talking to people in jail for real? I've had many conversations. Anybody in this, who in here know? Let me see. Niggas know. Who in here have a conversation with niggas in jail before? Them conversations be extra out. They want to know everything because they're living vicariously to whoever's on the phone. So tell them everything. Who said what? Who did what? Who got with who? Oh, he messed with old girl? And who fought? Who got shot at? Who got beat up? Who going to jail? Who put out that album? Who sold what? Who did what? Who rumored to be dating? Who having sex? What sex tape leaked? What did he say on Twitter? All these things. It's real life. That's how them conversations go. What you saw with Young Thug happens to almost every nigga in jail. I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm not wrong. What you heard, the only difference is that his friends are famous. You talk to the homies in jail, the same conversation, just niggas that nobody know because they're not famous. They're having the same kind of conversation. That's a fact. It's real life. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's what they be talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go. So it's like what y'all got was a peek into, for the people who don't know, you got a peek into what happens inside. First of all, you never hear jail calls. That's out of pocket anyway, right? I never heard a bunch of leaked phone calls from that many leaked phone calls from one person ever in my life in jail. Just every day a leak. Did one come out today? Probably. Every day it's leaked phone calls. I've never so obviously somebody tried to put something out on him or got him looking crazy for whatever kind of reason, for whatever move or setup or whatever. So it's already crazy. And if people think that this is all he's talking about, that nigga was in jail for 2 years. 2 years of conversation. Maybe 6 conversations came out. Let's go over the top and say 10 phone calls leaked. Let's say 10 phone calls leaked. Compare 10 to being locked up for 200 days. If you take 200 days of me talking on the phone and pick 5 or 6 of my worst conversations, I'm going to seem like a monster too, or somebody who be pillow talking too. It's what it is. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Dog, what? Keep it real. Shaq, keep it real. That's real. That's a fact, bro. We all done it. Look, this is what niggas don't want to admit. You talking about pillow talk edition, right? Dudes who got wives and girlfriends, I got a wife. My wife knows almost literally everything. That's what comes with the package. Look, we together. We are one. So my wife pretty much almost knows. The only way my wife don't know, if one of my good friends tell me like, yo, this is literally between me and you. I can't, don't tell nobody, man. I feel a way about it. Then that person can guarantee that I won't tell my wife about it. He can almost guarantee it. Because he trusted in me. Because when he said that, I know he's saying, don't tell my wife. Because everybody gonna tell their wife. Or every wife gonna tell their husband. That's a package deal. Right? When you got friends that's married. They're gonna tell each other. Right? So if you specifically tell me, I'm married, I got a wife, you're telling me, look, don't tell Chaz. Don't tell her. You know what I mean? So I get it. But on the real, look right here. This my man Josh right here. This is one of my best friends in the world, right? Josh, no. He married. Josh, no. Look, my wife know all my business. But also, if Josh tell me, look, please, just between me and you, please don't tell nobody. He's telling me also, don't tell my wife, right? But now, this is the thing, though. We don't live the life where, like with Josh, I don't have any secret that he can't tell his wife. Because if there's a secret that he can't tell his wife, then that means I'm talking some crazy shit in a life I probably shouldn't be living anyway. That's a fact. So there's nothing I can tell him that he can't tell his wife, even in secrecy. I really mean don't tell nobody else, because you and the wife come together, y'all package deal. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if if we something we said like, yo, it's respected, yo, man, I appreciate you. This is between me and you. Please don't, whatever. Then I'm not telling Jazz. It's not happening. I'm not, because we're friends. There still needs some kind of trust and rapport there for us to keep something inside of what we have as friends. But the rest of us, nigga, I'm serious. My wife be knowing, bro. Visionary Star, are you married? Just want to know. Are you married, Visionary Star? That's funny. Visionary Star, are you married? Or have you been married? You know what I mean? I want to know. Are you married or been married? No, and don't want to be. Oh, okay. So I get it. Okay, we don't need to. We moving right along then. Okay. Michelle J said, moving right along. Respectfully, and respectfully also, Visionary Star, moving right along. No problem. I get it. I get it. No, it don't want to be. Cool. So look, yeah, but so back to these phone calls. When it comes to these phone calls, jail phone calls and all, whatever, like I get it. It's people acting like they don't get it is what killing me. But that's the internet for you. That's the internet for you. People act like they don't get it. They act like their lives don't relate to so much stuff on the internet. You know what I mean? Everybody acts like their lives are just unique to all situations. And oh my God, how could she do that? Oh my God, how could you do that? When you over there not overdoing that, you the CEO of doing that. You not only doing it, you the CEO of doing what they doing. You know what I mean? That'd be killing me. What are you doing in your life for your? You know what? I said I'm not going to address it, so I'm not going to address it. But yeah, man, like it be happening. That's funny. And Young Thug just put out a song. I think yesterday. Yes, I mentioned it earlier where he apologized to like Drake. I'm not sure if he apologized to Gunna, but I think Dirk and a bunch of people. And it don't sound good. I heard it. In my opinion, it don't sound good. Now, people who are fans may think differently, right? But people, Michelle J is a fool. But look, hey y'all crazy, man. Yo, I should be talking. I understand that a lot of things I be saying, they may not be for um, the popular masses, as far as people agreeing with. Not that everybody agrees, disagree, or agree with me, but I'll just be trying to say things how I see it in life, right? And I'll be very honest about what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing on a day-to-day basis. So when I be saying these things, I don't say them as a joke or to be shocking or against status quo, whatever the case may be. I'm more so like, wait, this ain't what y'all seeing. This ain't like how life going. It didn't happen like this. But why y'all hiding from that? Why everybody not keeping it real about this thing? I thought we all. So that's why I'll be looking at, I'll be tripping off a lot of stuff in social media and on the internet, because it's all these narratives getting started every day about men, women, black women, gangs, music business, rappers, singers, all these things. Somebody trying to fix your credit, whatever, whatever somebody trying to do. Somebody trying to sell you, somebody trying to help you how to do stocks and help you how to day trade, and all these things. It's too much going on. I think social media is it's too much information, and the major messed up part is that a lot of y'all can't decipher between good and bad information. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just be saying stuff, and then people take the first thing they see and they make it law, repost it, play it back, whatever the case may be, or go tell somebody about it. Now it's being passed on, and now this thing becomes law, not in real life, but in their reality. And then people start spewing this mess and then start believing it, and that'd be a problem. So when I have these conversations with my friends, or even if I'm on live and I'm having these conversations, people may look at me crazy for how I think sometimes, and I'm looking like, man, this stuff ain't even real. You know what I mean? I just be like, you know, I don't know. I just be tripping off all the stuff that be going on the internet, and I'm like, yo, was this visionary story? Was this a response to were you in the mafia? Was that a response to you being in the mafia? Wouldn't you like to know? It's hilarious. It's funny to even have. I wonder have anybody in the history of being in the mafia ever said out of their mouth, "I'm in the mafia," or refer to themselves or somebody else as "we are the mafia," "they are the mafia," or somebody. I wonder have the word mafia other than like the feds bringing up something. Have they ever even uttered the word mafia? I don't think so. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. Hey, I ever told you that story about when I was driving Uber one morning? How I picked up this dude named Dave. It was one of my. It wasn't crazy as far as like wild and crazy, but it was one of my craziest rides. Pause for a different reason. One of my craziest passengers for a different reason. Ever told you that story about Dave, the Uber, and one morning I drove? I don't know if I have, so I want to just say it if I have. If I ever told you that story. You might respond. Let me see. It was crazy. One, hey, that's a fact. Absolutely not. Hey, first of all, is he doing R files? I mean, he ain't. First of all, you know when he do R files, are they random or do we do them on a certain day? And if he have, he definitely hasn't called me about it. Have he done them? I want to do R files with Rios for sure. Oh, so Michelle, okay, cool. You ain't heard the story about Dave? Let me tell you about Dave. So this was one of my craziest passengers. Not for the reason you think. I mean, not when I say crazy, it's not going to be crazy like you would think either. It wasn't like a crazy, radical, adventurous story. But let me just break it down to you and tell you why Dave was one of the craziest passengers I've ever picked up. So one morning, this would have to be about maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Early in the morning, like maybe like 8 o'clock, I picked up this guy named Dave, in like off of the 405, like off of Sawtell. For anybody know LA, That's the west side of LA. You're almost you're like borderline Westwood and like yeah, Westwood. You're like borderline Westwood almost. So I pick up Dave in the morning like 8 o'clock. So Dave get in the car, mind you, early in the morning, work ain't even started yet for some people. And Dave get in the car and they like, what's up, man? What's up? Where the ladies at? And I'm like, I'm talking this before he even said good morning. Dave is a white guy, older white guy, maybe like in his 50s. So what's up, man? Where the ladies at? And I was like, Dave, it's 8 o'clock. What do you mean where the ladies? What do you mean where the ladies at? He said, I know, man. I'm just looking for the ladies, man. Yeah, I know you got the ladies. I said, Dave, I am married. And not only am I married, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Cause so now I'm talking to him like that because I can't believe what he on right now. Right? He said, oh man, he said it's all good. He said, let's roll. So we rolled out and we drive. He said, yeah, man, you mind if I sit in the front? I said, cool, get in the front, Dave. He get in the front. No, he like, man, he said, man, I just got out here. He said, man, I'm from New York. He said, I just got out here. I'm out here trying to find some ladies. And I said, you out here to find women in LA? I said, he said, yeah. I said, where you coming from right now? He said, oh man, I was at the little place talking to some people, right? And so, so Dave was like, man, this is the women I've been looking at so far. So he go on his phone and Dave got an app. And the app is for, which I didn't know was an app. Maybe I'm so behind the scenes, but I mean, I'm sorry. I'm so behind the curve on certain technology because, I mean, why would I know this? But Dave had an app that had all like prostitutes in it, right? And I know they have an app like that. I'm sure they have an app like this. I just never seen it. And Dave had it. Dave had an app. It was like all prostitutes. He's like, man, these my ladies here. So he's showing me, and I was like, is that an app? He's like, yeah, it's an app, man. That's where I get my ladies from. I said, those prostitutes? So I can't believe it. He's like, yeah, these my ladies. I'm like, Dave, you wow. So I started laughing like, Dave, you wow. I said, Dave, man, what's going on with you, bro? He said, Dave was like, yeah, man. So I be looking for ladies, man, because I'm always moving around. He said, I'm from New York. He said, me and the guys. He said, I can't go back to New York right now. He said, me and the guys got into some stuff there, so now I just be moving around. He said, and so now I'm moving from like city to city, trying to find like a steady place, but they just keep moving me. And I'm like, why don't you just settle down somewhere? Why you keep moving? He said, oh man, because I'm always like, I'll be at some place for some time, and then I get the phone call, and boom, we gotta move, right? And I'm like, wait. I said, what you mean you gotta move? I said, you from New York? Wait, you moved to LA? He said, no, I just be on the move. I said, so how long you in LA? He said, I don't know, man. He said, maybe until they call me. I said, who's they? He said, oh, he said, what do you say? He said, oh, the feds. He said, what do you say? He said, oh, the feds. I'm what's it called when you I'm a witness. What's the witness called? Oh, he said, oh, the feds, man, I'm a witness protection. And I'm like, I said, Dave, I said, the feds move you around. They've been moving you around, and you're a witness protection. He said, yeah. I said, Dave, what's the first rule of witness protection? He said, Dave said, don't tell nobody you're a witness protection. I damn near crashed my car when that nigga said that. I said, Dave, what's the first rule of witness protection? He said, don't tell nobody you're witness protection. I damn near drove off the street. I couldn't believe this nigga said this. I couldn't believe it. I said, Dave, that's why they keep moving you. You keep telling niggas you a witness protection. That's why you ain't got no home. I couldn't believe this nigga. He said something happened in New York with his boys. He can't go back. So I wasn't picking up on it. I'm thinking like, nigga, he got into some shit and had to get on or whatever. I guess he did. That nigga, yo, Dave was in with, hey fam, I'm not even, hey, Michelle, hey, Michelle, hey, I straight picked up a mark. I couldn't believe that nigga said that. I said, Dave, what's the first rule? He looked at me crazy. I said, what's the first rule of witness protection? Nigga said, you never tell nobody you witness protection. I'm like, nigga. I was crying. I almost drove my shit off the streets. Hey, hey, that's a fact. That nigga was wildin'. I couldn't believe that. I've never in my life openly met somebody that was in witness protection. You supposed to never know when a nigga in witness protection. This nigga tell me here with his, hey yo, Dave running them people's low. They get out of his ass. They gotta move this nigga all the time. Dave, wow. Hey, Dave, hey, Dave was wild. I can't believe that happened. I'll never forget that nigga name was Dave. If I seen Dave in a lineup right now, I'll pick him. I can never forget his face. He was on in the morning at 8 o'clock looking for ladies. You know how many women he probably told he had witness protection? Like he keep telling people, all you do is mess with, like you so on prostitutes. If you talking to them like you talking to me, which is crazy, first of all, absolutely crazy, and pause for me even saying what I just said just now. Scratch it off the record. If you talking to ladies as openly as you are talking to me, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sunshine Baby is definitely in the building. Good morning to you. Thanks for pulling up. Hey, straight up. You know what I mean? Because he told something. He definitely told me. He told something. That would let me know the nigga be talking. You just told a stranger you'll witness protection. That was crazy. I came right home and told my wife too. Guess what I just picked up? Dave. Let me tell you what Dave do. I couldn't believe that, man. Dave was wilding. Hey, Nick. Hey, Dave said, "Oh man, I got into it with some guys from New York. I got into it with my boys from New York, so I had to get out here." But that could mean anything at the time. Like when I first heard that, that don't have to mean like I did something to somebody, probably got off on somebody, or told on the boys. Yo, Dave is crazy. Dave actually said, "Arm is witness protection." I really asked that man. I said, "Dave, what's the first rule of witness protection?" That nigga said, "Don't tell nobody you're witness protection." I just looked at the nigga like, nigga. It was fucked up. I'll never forget that, dog. What? Are they turning that into a career? That's wild. Yo, that's how what's my man name from The Wire? Was it wasn't Bubbles. What's his name, Bubbles? What's the snitch name from The Wire? It was old girl cousin, her family or something like that. Her cousin or something. I forgot what it was. What's his name, Bubbles? Yeah, was that nigga named Bubbles? I think it was named Bubbles. They was paying him in like, was they paying him in like, I think she getting him a spot. No, he stayed with like somebody. I forgot. I think he was getting paid, but not like that though. 250 racks? Niggas making a career? Yo, I hope that information don't go public. Is that public? Like, I hope it don't get blown out to the masses because it's gonna be a gang of niggas out here with new money. Yo, I couldn't imagine a nigga doing a W-2 for snitching. Yo, that's wild. You just got you getting your taxes back from snitching is insane. You know what's crazy though? Well, the rap game would have you believe. I don't know what y'all think because I'm not sure what's going on in the street. So if any one of y'all in the streets, let me know. But the rap game would have you believe that niggas don't care about snitching no more. Now I know that's a lie, but are the consequences still the same like they was like in the 90s? I mean, they not as frowned upon because, but I don't want to compare rapper world to street world and what and them reflecting each other. I don't think that's the thing, but like what you know what I mean? Like what's happening? Michelle said, "Hey, who they telling on for 250?" Hey, you know what's messed up about 250, Michelle? Is, is that look, if you if you end up wrapped up in some shit, right? some you probably close to or next to, it was a neighbor or something, whatever. And the police they want to call you in for some shit. And they like, look, man, look, we think something going on with your neighbor. I don't know if you've seen them over there with such and such, whatever, but we paying you like, and they like, we like, if you have income information, you like, no, I ain't got no information for y'all. I ain't seen nothing, whatever, you trying to hold it down. I ain't seen nothing. You know what I'm saying? What I mean? I'm a real nigga. I ain't seen nothing. And they be like, yeah, man, so all we need is a name, and then we have this check, 250, like 250, boom. We're not gonna put you on no list or nothing like that. We got $250 check. All we need is a name. Nigga gonna be it's a gang of people gonna be like, wait, how much? It's sad. It's funny, for real. But it's sad though. It's sad. They start waving around checks like that for niggas who snitching. You niggas is going to jail. You niggas, it's a gang of y'all niggas that's going to jail. Let that be like the minimum. Let $250,000 be the minimum snitch price for high profile cases. Let that be the minimum, because it can't be snitching for anybody, because smaller cases don't demand nothing. They don't cost a lot of money, so they'll go broke trying to offer you $250,000 because your homeboy shot the nigga down the street who didn't die. Like, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be a thing. So. You know what I'm saying? He said, and now we can talk business. Hey, Michelle said, this ain't snitching, this business. Yo, stupid, man. Yeah, I don't think they're paying $250 for that, Shaq. $250? It's gonna be, hey, you gonna start noticing the gang of niggas in the hood is up. You gonna be like, you gonna be thinking to yourself, it ain't that many niggas hit licks. Summer wasn't lit for that many dudes. Why everybody got something new? What is going on? But if they start offering $250, the base rate for high profile cases, like cases that make the news, that they gotta solve because they're getting pressure from the president, and the governor getting pressure. The governor and the mayor getting pressure from whoever they get pressure from, and they gotta solve this case. High profile, cop gets shot or something like that, or somebody get shot, and you got the information. The base rate is $250. Oh, niggas is going to jail. Niggas going to jail. You feel? Hey, the base rate. The base rate. Niggas is going to jail, homie. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Hey, because you gotta think, if you get your taxes back and it's for your payment for snitching, that's wild. CEO of Telling and Telling is insane. Telling and Telling LLC is wild. No, you got a resume? If you got a resume, you telling me if I got a resume, this can go up to maybe 400? Oh, you niggas going to jail. Wait, you telling me if I got you telling me if I got 5 years experience, this can go up to 400? Oh, you niggas going to jail. Yo, that's foul, yo. That's foul. I'm laughing, but man, tell me that ain't going down. You know, niggas, dude, you gonna see crazy amount of crimes get solved. Michelle, they set that base rate, that 250 base rate. Niggas is out of here. Crime getting cleaned up in 1 month. I bet. I bet. Crime getting cleaned up. Crime getting cleaned up 1 month. LA, 100% cases solved. The month of September. 100% cases solved the month of September. First time ever in history. What? And niggas out here balling. It's sad, but that's real. That base rate is ridiculous. Hey, $2.55 an hour on $2.25 an hour is crazy. A nigga tell a little bit. Oh, that's wild. Hey, Nick, niggas be so cold with it, they'll stretch out the time. Nigga explanation like 3 hours long. Make a quick 600. Hey, they want to clean up the streets. This is stupid. You niggas want to clean up the streets? Up that base rate. Up that base rate. That's funny. Okay, I think that shit hilarious. Yeah. Nigga, you want to clean up, you want to stop crime, nigga? Hey, and the result is you want to stop. Hey, visionary star. You feel me? Hey, you feel me? Nigga in 225 hours, nigga gonna tell a little bit. Nigga like, hey, yo, if you start paying niggas, they gonna get real creative with snitching, bro. Real creative, right? Hey, nigga, he won't give you a name, but nigga be like, look, I'ma just walk down the street. Whichever house I stop and tie my shoe in front of, do what you gonna go ahead and do what you gonna do. Yo, I'ma just walk down the street. That's it. I walk down the street. Wherever I stop and tie my shoe, hey man, do what you gonna do. That's messed up. Niggas is going to jail. What? Hey, yo, when I stop, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You might want to see what's up in that house. That's the house. It's a whole trap. Niggas stopped and tied his shoe in front of the trap. Come on, hey man, look. I don't know what's in there, but you know. Niggas go to jail. It's so messed up because snitching not supposed to be funny. It's not. I just know people are hilarious. I know that. And if you up that base rate, nigga, what? 250K? Nigga. Hey, we gotta move on. You going to jail. You going to jail. My wife say, start the cigarette in the driveway. Out of here. Out of here. Hey, let me tell you, hey, that reminds me of hey, that reminds me of my brother, right? Damn nigga, this shit had me crying laughing. That reminds me of my brother. Years ago, right? My brother talking to the homie. And they clowning, well, they're not clowning back and forth. The homie trying to clown my mom, right? Homie be like, nigga, something, nigga, your fat ass mama, nigga, whatever. So I wasn't there. My brother, I ended up pulling up later. And they clowning. He's like, nigga, your fat ass mama, nigga, whatever. He's talking to my brother. My brother's like, man, leave me alone. So I'm sitting there like, now I could jump in. That's my mom too, but they doing the talking. So my brother is known for being like a fighter too. So I'm not saying that. I'm just letting my brother younger than me. I'm letting him handle it, whatever. So he hit that nigga with the coldest, disrespectful clap back. Dude, like, nigga, you ain't gonna do nothing. He said, dog, leave me alone. I'm telling you, please leave me alone. Leave me alone. So the nigga like, nigga, some nigga, your mama, something, whatever. He said, all right, nigga, fuck it. All right, fuck it. He said, why is your mama always going to that? He said, why is your mama always going to that one house on the corner? And that is not a weed house. Nigga, I was on the ground. That's how he tell you your mama a smoker. Nigga said, why is your mama always going to that house on the corner? And that is not a weed house. Nigga, I was on the ground. That nigga didn't say one word back. How you tell a nigga that? How you, nigga, hey, you was, wait. He could have just said your mama a smoker. That nigga didn't say that. He said, why your mama always going to that house on the corner? And that is not a weed house. Nigga, I cried laughing. Nigga. Hey, yeah. Hey, it's the put. Hey, hit that nigga with the put two and two together. Hey, my wag, I was crying laughing, dog. Hit that nigga with the put two and two together. He could have just said your mama a smoker. That nigga said, why your mama? Hit that nigga with the trivia. Why your mama always going to that house on the corner? And that is not a weed house. I'll never forget that. That nigga left my brother alone immediately. Hey, it's a fact. Hey, facts he couldn't deny. He couldn't deny the facts. Brother lit his ass up. I mean, nigga left my mama alone immediately. Nigga, what? Oh, I gotta call my brother and remind him of that. That nigga killed me. Yeah, hey, now niggas don't want to, you feel me? Oh, now niggas don't want to joke no more. Yo, he rocked that nigga world immediately. He didn't say nothing. He got quiet, nigga. We all fell, nigga. It was funny was, we stand in front of his house, and the nigga pointed, why your mama always going to the house in the corner? We looked at the house. Like we all looked to see what house, and we know what house. We know what goes on at that house. Nigga said, why your mama always at the house in the corner? And that is not a weed house. Yo, all right, man. Just silly. I gotta move on. That nigga had me crying loud. I'm about to cry right now. That nigga had me crying laughing, dog. That was disrespectful. Yeah, you feel me? Hey, that nigga Mount Wax said he hit a week with that. Put two and two together. Hey, y'all the best, I swear to God. Y'all the best. Hey, that's a fact. He couldn't say nothing back. It was nothing you could have said. You know what's crazy? Because we all knew. What's crazy is why you even doing mama jokes? We know your mama be right there. Nigga, this ain't even far from your house. You can see her go there. Nigga, hey, that's look. Ultimately, kids are cruel. That's the message. The message they are, kids are cruel. Nigga, y'all got me crying today. Hey, man. Hey, That's funny, man. Damn, nigga, that shit had me crying laughing. He killed that nigga. One joke. Ended it. And it was a true. It's kind of like the joke that ain't a joke. It's a joke, but it ain't really a joke, though. Oh, nigga. That shit floored me. Hey, Michelle. What's up, man? When we going online? When you gonna get? You got to do it on Thursdays. Nigga, y'all are hilarious. That nigga Montwack said, hit that nigga with the put two and two together. Nigga, that's funny. nigga did the math real quick. Oh, I gotta get off that. Damn, that's funny, nigga. Michelle, what's up? When you going live? I gotta catch you on a Thursday. You be off on Thursdays? That's funny. Nigga, kill me. No, we can do Mondays, Thursdays. Oh, for sure, Monday. Okay. Okay, right now, we're gonna say it right now then. I ain't gotta ask, I'm gonna hit you up on the low. Monday, we gonna go live with me. All right. And I'll have some topics and stuff we can talk about. So let's do Monday. So it's Monday at 10 a.m. So wait, that's Monday at what? That's 1 for you. So Monday at 1 p.m. for you. Right? Yo, do the knowledge. You see when Jen, you see when Fredo Star said Michael Jordan got his ball head from them? Nigga said, do the knowledge. Okay, so 10 a.m., which is 1 for you. I'll be on. I'm gonna hit you first though. So I'll make sure I send you the link. And then you tap in. So we'll make sure. So we go log on. Maybe like you can hit the lobby about maybe like 12:55, and so we can talk in the lobby before we even go live, before the people even see us go on stage. And that way we'll be straight. Yeah, you see that, Jen? He said, do the knowledge, nigga. And that nigga was lying like a mud, though. That's what killed me, though. Nigga said, do the knowledge. He was lying like a motherfucker. All right, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all niggas crazy, though. Hey, this was a big change from yesterday. I appreciate it, though, because y'all got me laughing like a mug, dog. That nigga said, that is not a week. That shit was so disrespectful. He killed that nigga. That nigga said, hit that nigga with the two and two together. Nigga, what? Hey, yo, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all stopping by, man. Shout out to Michelle J. Definitely in the building. Shout out to Jen. Shout out to my good brother Nick. Is definitely in the building. Montwack TV. My nigga, you cracked me up with that, dog. You stupid for saying that. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Finley was definitely in the building. My good brother Shaq. Shaq, I'm going to call you in a few, too. My good brother Shaq is definitely in the building. Appreciate you. Who else is in the building today? That's so funny. Visionary Star, definitely in the building. I appreciate you for rocking in, for saying anything, man, for lending your opinion. I appreciate you, man. Visionary Star was definitely in the building. 2 cents, definitely in the building. Sunshine Baby, definitely in the building. Who else in the building? Let me see. That's funny. Y'all niggas are hilarious, bro. Breezy, definitely in the building. True Fat God, TFG, definitely in the building. Appreciate y'all. My good brother Joshua James, definitely in the building. Josh, I got to call you today, too. I got to call you back, bro. We got to talk about some new music. Tafashe, definitely in the building, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Everybody, to the whole community, I appreciate y'all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all for saying anything. Any kind of opinion you left or whatever, I appreciate it. Straight up. I appreciate y'all for stopping by, for the support, for joking with me, for listening to my dumbass stories, for hanging out, for listening to me talk about politics and all these things. Anytime you show up to support, I appreciate y'all 1,000%. I'm not just talking it, I mean it. We'll be back on Monday for sure. And Monday, Michelle J will definitely be in the building with me. We're gonna be talking. I'll have some topics, some stuff for us to talk about. We have some great conversation. We'll definitely be dealing back and forth with community, talking to y'all. And I'm really, really looking forward to doing that. And remember, I do want to do the once a week. We have like a discussion or panel, community panel or something like that, where we do maybe like 4 or 5 of us get up and we have a whole homeroom where we just talk about whatever. You know what I mean? So I do want to. I am looking forward to that, to doing that as well, man. So I appreciate y'all for stopping by today, man. I love y'all, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, let me see. Whew, y'all niggas got me dying. That shit is funny, man. I'm still laughing at that. I gotta chill out. Funny. The show and tell is funny. Yeah. But yeah, man. But thanks for kicking off your morning with me here at Homeroom, man. If you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear from you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Any new users, anybody, for those who aren't saying nothing but peeking, I see you in here. Subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. I'm very, very close to my first goal as far as YouTube. I'm so close to monetization. I appreciate y'all for showing support. I appreciate y'all for stepping in with me. I truly do appreciate y'all, man. So like and subscribe, man. Drop a comment if you will. I appreciate y'all, for real. And I'll be back Monday, 10 a.m. I'll be back in the building with Michelle J. That's 1 p.m. for all my East Coasters. I'll be back in the building with Michelle J, man. We'll be chopping up, have a good time, man. I'm looking forward to getting up with y'all Monday, 10 a.m. straight like that. All right? I love y'all. Peace. I'm out.